Hey guys, back at it with another video on Camper 15 Talks Sports. And we got big news, and now we have officially can say we have the probably the last best elite like quarterback on the free agent market, essentially. Well, he's still on the Texans, but yes, Deshaun Watson. He got past the criminal cases and he will not be charged and everything and stuff like that. So good for him. My just quick general thoughts on these things. Listen, if you feel, look, I take the whole thing about sexual harassment very seriously. I do, women get abused by this and stuff like that, and this is definitely a serious topic to discuss at hand. But mind you, by all of this, and if you get offended, listen, that's just you. Personally, this is my own opinion. I feel after Deshaun Watson demanded a trade from the Houston Texans, the Houston Texans tried to find a way to sabotage Deshaun Watson's career just because he wanted out of there. And everybody in Houston was leaving because this took place after JJ Watt left and everything. And Deshaun Watson's like, this team's not going to be good. I need to get the hell out of here. And it's known for a fact the Houston Texans organization is run by very bad people. The people up top. I'm a Bears fan, and I say the Bears have terrible management. But the Texans, they have probably one of the most evil organizations in the entire National Football League. You can clearly tell that they're a racist. The only reason why they hired Lovie Smith was because the whole outcry the past few weeks was the fact that there was no black head coaches being hired. And then the whole Brian Flores situation and stuff like that. So they're a very bad organization with very bad and evil people. And it wouldn't behoove me to think that their people in that organization straight up just went to some random girls or people that interacted with Deshaun Watson and just said, say these, allegations, even if they're complete bullshit lies, and frame this guy because we're mad at him wanting to leave our organization. And that's why I felt like this entire time, it felt so sabotagey, so weird. Like, all of a sudden, he demands a trade and then these allegations just come out of nowhere? You would think these allegations would have came out even sooner than that. And I never believed it. And that's why Deshaun Watson decided to go to court, and he had complete confidence that he could win. Because he felt like, no, this is all BS. This is all lies. They're trying to kill my career. And how bad of an organization, bad of a people, do you have to be to potentially facilitate some sort of thing to ruin a man's career? And like I said, sexual harassment allegations, they are no joke. No joke. I do not condone any man abusing a woman like that. Absolute joke if the Texans organization, it comes out to find out the Texans organization actually, in a way, made a story out of this to ruin Deshaun Watson's career. A young man, a young black man. I'm not just saying this because I'm a black man myself, but I'm just saying that. That's effed up, and that's going too far. And if anything, those people should be kicked out of power. That's stuff the owner should be stripped of. So, yeah, Deshaun Watson had to go through all this stuff and everything. But now, since he's not going to be tried as, essentially a criminal, well, now the market's back open for Deshaun Watson. Now teams can be like, okay, we don't have to have that stigma anymore, and we don't have to be afraid of it. Now, again, some people will say, no, he still did it. That's just BS. They're lying. But some people will say, I already knew this was BS. But because of this news coming out, Deshaun Watson now can end up being traded to whatever team the Texans decide to trade on to him. Now, I ended up doing a tweet on potential locations where Deshaun Watson can potentially go. And some places that I saw Deshaun Watson could potentially go. Teams that I believe I could see the Texans trading Deshaun Watson. Obviously, the number one thing is we saw after Russell Wilson was traded, Seahawks are very interested in trading for Deshaun Watson. I think that would be a solid replacement for a Russell Wilson. They're honest to God, almost similar like quarterbacks. And essentially, it gives a way for you guys for them to keep Tyler Lockett and DJ Metcalf happy because guess what? They don't have to get the balls thrown to them by Drew Lock. They get an elite type of quarterback. I think that trade to Seattle would make sense. They still have to rebuild a little bit and build around him, but hey, that's good. A team that recently traded away their quarterback in Carson Wentz. The Colts could look to be in the mix to potentially trade for Deshaun Watson. Now, the reason why it's potentially could be a lower type of thing, a lower trade of this happening, of him going to the Colts, is because Deshaun Watson's in the same division, or the Texans are in the same division as the Indianapolis Colts. And I don't think the Texans would literally trade away Deshaun Watson to their AFC South rival and play Deshaun Watson and feel his wrath 2 times a year. Like, you're just asking Deshaun Watson to get revenge on you guys, and that's just him getting payback. So I don't think that they'll trade him to the Colts, but maybe the Colts give him a good damn offer that I'd say even as a Texans, I'll be like, screw it. That's actually a pretty damn good offer there. So that's potentially a thing. NFC South, I put some teams like the Buccaneers, Saints, Panthers, teams that they could use quarterbacks right now, and they have a somewhat solid team. Buccaneers obviously have a solid team. They put Chris Godwin back on the franchise tag. They still have Mike Evans and stuff like that. Even though that whole ship is seemingly going to the fire, if the Buccaneers could potentially trade for Deshaun Watson, it makes the replacement for Tom Brady actually fit a little bit more seamlessly and a lot more better. They're not going to be as good as they once were a few years back, but you get Deshaun Watson, I think Bruce Arians will still take him. The Saints, they don't have a quarterback option. Jameis Winston, the free agent. They don't know about the Taysom Hill situation. They could bring in Deshaun Watson if I think they would have to, fix some cap issues going on to do that. But if they can find some way to bring him into New Orleans, I think that's another good move. I think that keeps New Orleans contending, in a way, and stuff like that. Obviously, another big team that's definitely needs a quarterback. The Pittsburgh Steelers, AFC North. You got the Ravens. Then the Bengals are on the come up. The Browns, they've got a solid team, but they just don't got a quarterback. So I guess you can add the Browns in the mix, but that's if they've given up on Baker Mayfield. But I think they picked up his 5th-year option, so they're going to stick with Baker. But the Steelers, they desperately need a quarterback. And guess what? You replace Big Ben Roethlisberger for Deshaun Watson. Despite the things that happened in Big Ben's past, even what's going on with Deshaun Watson, I think that would be a great trade the Steelers should make. You don't have to freaking potentially draft or pick up a guy like a Mitch Trubisky, Jameis Winston, or any of these regular-ass quarterbacks in the free market. You can trade for Deshaun Watson, get him on your team, and guess what? You can contend for playoff spots right then and there. You're back in the thick of things. You already got a stud defense, and you got a solid enough offense. To find also a way to lure Juju Smith back to the Steelers. The Eagles. I said this for the Eagles. I don't know if the Eagles are sold on Jalen Hurts. The Eagles could end up trading for him, and guess what? Then the other teams in the AFC and NFC East have to watch out because the Eagles will be taking that division over. So, and that's the one thing. The Eagles have always been linked to you could trade for Deshaun Watson too. So I think it has a good chance of happening. Deshaun Watson to the Eagles. Another good potential trade. Again, I highly doubt this could happen because they're in the same division as the Texans. But man, if the Texans could find a way to get Deshaun Watson on their team, if you watch my playoff recaps, I said the reason why the Tennessee Titans lost the game was because Ryan Tannehill isn't going to take them anywhere. He's what Jimmy Garoppolo is. He's what Carson Wentz is. These quarterbacks you see in free agency right now, average middle of the pack guys that are just game managers and they can't take you the distance. If the Tennessee Titans were to find some way to get Deshaun Watson on that team, pair him with AJ Brown, Julio Jones, and Derrick Henry. Oh my God, that team is good. Again, like I said with the Colts, I highly doubt the Texans would trade within the division. But if the offer is really damn good, even as the Texans, you have to entertain that and be like, you know what? They're giving us a damn good offer. So, yeah, some other just outlier teams that I could think. The Vikings, I don't want them to do that, but there's rumors of what they might do with Kirk Cousins. I heard they might extend him. I heard they could potentially trade him. I don't know. From what people are saying, they look like they might go in the direction of extending Kirk Cousins, which I would love as a Bears fan. Another team, Miami. Deshaun Watson has always been linked to Miami and stuff like that. So, yeah, maybe the Raiders are done with Derek Carr, and they're like, you know what? Let's bring in Deshaun Watson. Let's make our chances even better. Let's bring in Deshaun, and do a swap for like Derek Deshaun, you know, and stuff like that. But other than that, there's no really other teams that I could see that would be needing his services other than those main teams that I just referenced. But yeah, that's kind of it. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this whole Deshaun Watson stuff. What team do you think he's gonna be traded to? And stuff like that. And other than that, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, peace.